So I do buy a lot of customer returns and overstock from Amazon, and I got this unmarked box right here.
Okay, so essentially looks like a 2-3 foot piece of flat iron with some gripping grooves here and some holes to screw it into the post. Interesting. It's a lot of screws. I don't know.
Today's video is brought to you by our good friends over at Nationwide Industries, the Fence Pros' #1 choice. And they are this Fence Pros' #1 choice for a couple reasons. One, we love using their Keystone Traverse latches. They're easy to install. You simply bolt them onto the post. No drilling for rods or cutting the rods required. It's a pretty straightforward installation process. We also love using their full line of galvanized hardware. It shows up quickly and reliably.
All right, guys, today's video is titled How to Fix a Broken Fence Post in Under 15 Minutes. We've been doing a lot of fence repair videos, and they seem to be pretty popular with you guys, so this kind of continues that trend. The channel is for money. I love that. If you guys would like to watch this video in its entirety without my commentary, we'll link the complete video in the description below. Pretty typical, right? So wavy fence, when we're replacing fences, you usually see this. You push one post, you watch the wave travel down the fence line, typically rotten post, which is what it looks like this one. So it looks like some strapping that is screwed to the post. Curious what holds it in.
I want to show you how we fixed that wobbly fence post with 2 rods and some screws. Let's do it.
All right, so before we get into the install, I kind of want to talk about what the device is and how I got it. So I do buy a lot of customer returns and overstock from Amazon, and I got this unmarked box right here. There was actually 4 of these in there.
Okay, so essentially looks like a 2-3 foot piece of flat iron with some gripping grooves here and some holes to screw it into the post. Interesting.
But I already used 2 for the fence post that I repaired. I used Google Lens, and it told me it was a device called Post Buddy. So this device is pretty much a splint for a bad fence post.
All right, so he's going to go into a little bit of it and explain on how it works, but then he actually shows how it works here in just a second. Essentially, this Post Buddy slides in between the post and the concrete. Hopefully the posts are concreted in. So let's skip forward to that.
So first you have to lightly dig around the post until you expose the top part of the concrete. This will tell you how far to hammer in the Post Buddy stake. My concrete post was apparently not that deep as we hit it right away.
Typically you see it at the top of the concrete in the first 6 inches or so.
Check out how rotted out this wood post is. Next you will hammer in the first stake and pay attention to which side faces out, because the bottom tip has a beveled edge which makes it easier for the stake to slide down the wood post. And also watch that max line. If you go too deep, the screw holes will be beneath that concrete surface and you pretty much can't screw it in through those holes.
Interesting. So you basically just install it in the void that's created between the post and the concrete. I guess you're assuming that the posts are solid below the rot, which is probably the majority of the case. Occasionally, 1, you'll see posts that aren't concreted in, or 2, the post is rotted throughout. So in those maybe 2 isolated incidents, this wouldn't work, but seems like a solid idea.
The first few hammers were pretty easy, then it got progressively harder, which is a good sign. But don't go so far that you break the bottom of the concrete.
Wouldn't defeat the
First
purpose.
post now at the max line, start with the second post. Depending on how your fence is set up, according to the instructions, you're either going to put the second stake on the adjacent or opposite side of the post. Once again, pay attention to the max line as you go. If you go too far, good luck.
All right, in the interest of time, we're going to skip forward to the result here. He levels it up, screws it into the post, which is going to assume that it's going to assume that the post is solid enough to take screws. Again, most are. A lot of times the post isn't so soft that it will hold the screws. All right, so he's got both installed. He's used, looks like, coated deck screws, which makes sense to install it. A lot of screws. It's a lot of screws. I don't know. This is very much maybe function over form. It works, but are you giving up some of the aesthetics of the fence for this look? Let me know. What do you guys think? I would guess for keeping the fence up, as long as we're okay with it not looking the best, maybe looking like a Frankenstein type of repair. Suppose it probably works. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments below? For now, Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors, and I'll catch you next time.